Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another Cyclab Coffee Time Show episode. Sorry for being a little bit late. We had some problems with the internet, but we are live from the Four-Way store in the Performance Lab, and a familiar face in studio today.
Yeah, how's it, guys? It's great being on the show again.
Frans, thank you for joining us once again.
Thank you so much.
Some exciting news from the Akambi Distributions side of things from Wahoo. And yeah, very excited to have you on board.
Awesome, fantastic. Yeah, I'm looking forward to start, kind of giving you a bit of an idea of what the new Wahoo watch is all about, and I think it's exciting to start diving into it.
Yeah, guys, as always, there's going to be some fantastic prizes that we're going to be giving away. Today, there are 10 Sufferfest vouchers that we're going to be giving away. So during the show, we're going to be asking you a question, and the first 5 people to get the answer correct on Facebook and the first 5 people to get the answer correct on Instagram are going to win those vouchers valued at
1,500 Rand.
1,500 Rand. So that's
it's a 6-month subscription.
Okay.
So it'll keep you busy for a while.
So just listen out for that question, and then we are good to go. The first 5 people on Facebook, 5 people on Instagram. Okay. So
the big question.
The big question. There's this new amazing watch that's come out. What's it called? Let's start with that.
So it's called the Element Rival, and it obviously fits into the whole Wahoo ecosystem. And they've always looked at bike computers, indoor trainers, obviously. And
I've just brought up a photo of it on 100%.
The screen. So. And that's so they started with things like that you use on the bike, and this is the first time that they're looking at a smart watch, but a multi-sport triathlon watch that you can use while swimming, biking, and running.
Okay. And you say it connects to the Wahoo app. How does that all fit together? I mean, we've been through the whole Wahoo ecosystem. In the past with the indoor trainer and the headwind and the kicker climb. How does all this fit together? I mean, now someone's going to buy a watch. Where does that kind of fit in your kind of ecosystem?
So basically, just to take a step back to look at the thought behind the Rival is why the Rival? Why did they bring out a watch in a market or industry that is flooded with smart watches and fitness trackers? And the reason behind it is they saw opportunity in the triathlon world where as soon as you transition, there is a lack of, you have to press buttons, you have to do all kinds of stuff.
During a triathlon, so now you're swimming, you're going to the transition, now you're going to the bike, then you have to go, then you have to run.
Correct.
I've always, I've never known why people do 3 sports. One sport's hard enough, but
it's for those fitness geeks out there, and it's to make it more convenient for you to, when you do that, when you get out of the water, when you get off the bike, is what happens then is every split second that you take to press a button or to do something, and they've looked at that whole scenario and said how can we focus on that and make it more simplified and easy to use multi-sport watch, but make it such that you can actually be able to see all your data afterwards, and it records everything that you want. That's where basically afterwards where the app comes in, where you can it's still exactly the same Wahoo characteristics as your Wahoo Element devices, where it connects to the Element app on your phone, which you download, and you can set everything up from there, from watch faces to what you want to see, what don't you want to see, and even after your event or race or training session, you can actually go and edit each specific leg of
the training session.
The training session that you did, yeah, the run or the bike or the swim.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So target market for this watch, specifically aimed at
triathletes.
Triathletes. So the watch is aimed at triathletes. So hint, hint. Okay, so if someone buys this watch, let's start from ground zero. They unbox it. What would be the first thing that they need to do to get this thing going and connect it to their ecosystem and their app?
Okay, so first thing is, as always, download the Element app. The Element app would be on Android market or on iOS, and you download the app. This is how it looks like, and you can literally just go and start by switching your watch on, and it'll give you a QR code where you literally take it'll open the app, and then as soon as you want to connect it to it, you drag it over the QR code, and it connects it automatically. So there's no...
That's very convenient. So you just go connect the watch with the
Correct,
camera.
via QR code,
Wow.
100%, and then it's connected. Then your app knows that this watch belongs to you because your app has been registered under your details, your login details.
We did do a little small video before we started, so I'm just going to bring up that app there so people can see what it looks like. So obviously, the Element Rival is now all connected. That's what the watch looks like, and then obviously through the app, you'll be able to obviously change settings and your user settings and everything straight from the app.
Correct. Yes.
Pretty much.
So the idea behind it is to still simplify something that can be quite complex if you look at multi-sport functions and all the bunch of different things that you want to see when you're out there training. They want to simplify that, and that's where you can edit that on the Wahoo app, on the Element app. But from there's no real setting that happens on the device. You can do things like broadcast heart rate. You can do all kinds of things like that on the watch itself, which is quite unique to it. But I think the two things that makes the Rival different to any other multi-sport watches out there would be the fact that it does the multi-sport handover, which is the first one. It's also based on the Element, so when you use the Element, it actually displays as soon as you go for a run and you get close to your bike, your Roam or Element Bolt will detect it. And straight away. So it's kind of like a mirroring process.
Okay. And how does that pick up? Is it through that the same devices are connected to your app and your phone, or is
Correct.
it? Okay.
So everything connects to the app.
To your user profile.
To your user profile. So now your Element would be connected to your app. Your Rival would be connected to your app. So now the app tells the whole system, saying, "Listen, these are this is family now. You know, they together, they work together, and now they talk to one another." So your Rival watch won't talk to any other Element because it won't recognize it. It'll only recognize
part of the same family.
They're part of the same family, 100%.
Ecosystem. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
And that's where. So as soon as all you have to do is you literally go into your Element and you go into multi-sport mode there, and then it'll search for it. As soon as you go into the workout that you want to do, let me quickly show you.
I can actually see it there. So it's actually picking up the watch on the.
Then it'll start showing you on the Roam itself. Just need to go into a different.
Always nice to work these things out on a live show.
Yeah, it's amazing. But in any case, it's all about. So the idea is to just there you go. There it picks it up. But no, I went out. But in any case, it's to show you that it does work on it literally mirrors everything on the Element. And then it's easier to, when you're on the bike, to literally look at the Element instead of looking at your wrist the whole time. And it's all about that safety factor. So that's why they invented it. That's why they still want to incorporate the elements and also, showing the ecosystem that Wahoo is known for. Everything connects together and just, works seamlessly well.
The heart rate, do you have to wear a heart rate belt, or is it a wrist heart rate?
So it has wrist heart rate, optic heart rate at the back of the watch, and it does give you accurate readings. It depends on where you put it, how tight you put it, all those kind of things. Your chest heart rate straps would still be kind of king above all ways to measure.
The most accurate way.
100%. And so the optic heart rate works 100% for you if you don't have a heart rate strap. And it does even, as I mentioned, it does broadcast as well. So if you want to broadcast from your watch to a device, then you can do that as well. Then you don't have to wear a strap.
You did mention that the multi-sport watch market is very competitive. So I mean, in terms of this watch, can it track things like your sleeping patterns? Can it track, for example, can you change your music on your phone when it's connected? Does it have all those type of multifunctional features?
So again, with the watch, they said, getting into an industry where there's so many of them out there, they want to be different. And how can they be different? They want to take a watch and simplify and focus on a specific segment, which is triathlon,
100%.
and do that perfectly. So they've done the element transition and all that, but the second part that I didn't mention yet was the touchless transition. So this is the one thing that makes it unique and makes it a cut above any other multi-sport watch out there. Wahoo is the first ones that actually got it 100% right and get it to be accurate as well. So they focus on that part specifically, and later on there will be updates. I mean, the watch every month basically you get new updates. So sleep tracking and all those things is smaller things. But if you look
but it can come with an update later
correct,
on. Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
So the software and everything is something that can be updated. But focusing on what it can do and what it does best is training, multi-sport, triathlon, preparing for that. And just to touch on the touchless transition, because it's fairly cool to see that someone like Wahoo, got it right.
Touchless transition meaning with kind of all the how it fits together with the roam and the phone.
No, technically the whole well, yes and no. The whole idea behind it is as soon as you go into a transition, so you swim and then you go into a run, and basically the watch detects when you do that.
I see.
You don't have to touch anything. So they've seen that a lot of people sometimes crash in their transition modes or transitioning. They crash or they press the button incorrectly, and then it messes with your mind. I mean, I don't know about you, but small things like that.
Yes, and then it throws your whole race off.
Correct.
Yeah.
And now with this is they say they want you to focus on your race and not on your equipment.
Sure.
Your equipment needs to still be able to track it and see how far you ran and so forth afterwards. But while you train, you have to focus on yourself and pacing yourself, and not to look at your equipment too much, because that becomes a dangerous thing, looking at your watch the whole time, or it becomes a factor where you focus on things like that instead of performing or doing your best. And that's what they did. So they made it possible you don't have to press anything. It detects as soon as you're out of the water, it detects when you start running, it detects when you start biking as well.
That's some first-class technology right there.
It is incredible, and just the way they made it possible for you to set each leg you can set according to what you want.
Yeah.
So it's not a default standard. You can actually go and customize it for you specifically.
Wow.
And the other cool thing is that obviously when you go and swim, you want specific workout pages. As soon as you go and run, as soon as you go and bike. So that changes automatically.
Wow, so you can set those screens up pre-training or pre-race, and
100%.
As soon as you transition, it changes the look of the screen.
It changes it. So let me quickly show you on live. So let me go. So let's say you want to go and cycle. And it'll connect you to GPS, to pick up the GPS, and then I'm going to start anyways. And then what you can do is you can go and zoom in and out, which is what Wahoo is known for on their devices. Just to bring it a little bit closer there, so you can zoom in and out to see what you want to see and how much you want to see, and then you can transition. This is obviously a manual way of doing it, and then you can go like that. And you can go and choose a different one. I just want to see. So you can choose a different one. So let's say you jump and you go, okay, jump off the bike and you want to go for a run. Then it starts transitioning over there.
3, 2, 1. Oh, so
and then
just
it
like
gives
that.
You, correct.
Yeah, that's
so this is obviously a more manual way to do it, but in your touchless transition, it does it automatically. So there's a specific triathlon mode that you can choose, and that you can set up accordingly.
Brilliant. So let's head over to our question for the day. Who's this watch designed for? What's the target market for this watch? Get your comments in the Facebook comments section. The first 5 people to get the correct answer on Facebook will get a Sufferfest voucher worth 1,500 Rand. Gives you 6 months access to the
correct,
app and the
6
program.
months. Yeah.
I've used it before. it's a sufferfest, but it is a good platform for training and to improve your fitness over. And I mean, 6 months is a good time to build towards something.
If you look at, there's a subscriptions that's out there, you're looking at 300, 400 Rand a month. So, you know, it does help if you're getting into this fitness. It's raining out there now, and especially in Joburg side now. And I mean, that helps a lot with when you want to train indoors, just to get your fitness still, keep that momentum.
So 5 people on Facebook, and then obviously we upload this video to Instagram a bit later on Instagram TV. So also take a look there if you don't watch it now live. But then let's head back to the trainers. We watch amazing equipment, but you guys are known for your Wahoo kicker trainers.
Yeah.
And the kicker core is currently going on special.
Yeah, so there's a bit of a price drop
let's bring up
coming,
that page.
which is quite exciting.
There we go. So it was announced yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. It's gone from 17,999 Rand. It is now 15,999 Rand.
No excuses to get a new trainer now.
Yeah, there we go. So price drop, that is a massive saving. I mean, that's 2,000 Rand, which also could, I mean, that saving could put your money towards a Wahoo ticker heart rate strap, which is 100%. Always something that you might need later on when training indoors. And training, I mean, there's so many cars out on the road.
I think the biggest thing with an SA is the safety aspect as well. And a lot of people don't have time to train these days. You know, work does get the better of you sometimes, and it's always nice to get home and train, or early morning get up and get on the trainer and just do 30 minutes, an hour, get in the work and sweat all the December cakes, the stuff that you ate.
So
sorry,
sure.
If you purchase it online, you also get a 6-month free Sufferfest.
There we go. So if you purchase this this trainer online with the price drop, you get a 6-month Sufferfest subscription as well. So if you don't win it, and you just buy the trainer and get a 6-month free subscription as well. So yeah, thanks for coming on. Is there anything else you want to add?
I think one thing I want to add is that talking about the ecosystem and the rival is and also trainers now, is you can actually go and do you can adjust your target watts, or you can actually set your specific so it detects your wattage, your power, so it'll connect to your trainer, and you can set target watts, you can set all kinds of stuff as well on the watch. So if you don't have an element necessarily, that actually shows how it looks like. But if you don't have a element necessarily, then you can connect it to your watch, and you can still do your training.
Your cycling
like
training.
Cycling training, yeah.
On your
So it
watch.
does have the power. You can connect your power pedals or power meters or whatever to the element driver as well. So training side, I think it comes with a full package.
100%.
And that's kind of the focus of it at the moment, where smaller things like sleep tracking, all that, it does have 24/7 heart rate, but it will come in later in a later stage. Basically, you'll get a new watch almost software-wise every month, just based on the updates that's coming in.
So they won't bring out a new watch that you have to buy a new watch just for the new features?
No, at the moment,
it's more just software updates that they're trying
correct,
to add on.
Yeah. At the moment, there's nothing in the pipeline, but there is some exciting things software related, which is very cool. And also, they kind of still refining. This is their first watch. I mean, Wahoo has been around for 9 years. They've done trainers, they've done elements, and based on that, you can see that everything they do perfectly.
I mean, they've kind of owned the market. They were the market leaders in trainers and
100%.
Technology and the ecosystem. It's
and
unreal.
that's kind of where your confidence can be in, is that based on the history, on what they've made before, they will do exactly the same, and that's what you can experience from the rival.
Last thing before we end off, any type of warranty, guarantee, how does it work? Is it as usual with the trainers where we discussed last time? You log a query on the website.
Yeah. So
if there's any problems?
There's a whole support team that wants to assist you if there's anything that happens. So basically, you go onto our website, ikambi.co.za, or you can contact Cyclelab, and they will kind of show you,
facilitate.
put you in the right direction there to help you out with the support ticket. But you log a ticket, and I mean we get it in our system, and we help you according to that.
My personal experience with that, I did that process. I had a problem with my trainer, logged a ticket. A brand new trainer got delivered to my house within 3 days. The service was absolutely amazing.
That's what we strive for. That's what we want to do.
I was just a normal customer that bought a trainer.
Yeah.
Frans, thanks so much for coming on the show.
No, it's always fantastic to be on here.
Thank you for always giving away amazing prizes and having amazing products that we can showcase and feature. Thank you to our viewers out there for watching. We're hoping to bring you more prizes, more exciting things in the next coming weeks. So stay tuned every Friday at 8:30 and get out there this weekend, do some riding. Hopefully, if you're staying in Johannesburg, the rain stops and we can get some riding in. But other than that, stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you next week.
Cool.
Cheers
guys.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.